Hello, Porsche fans. So the Porsche 944 Turbo was sold between 1984 and 1988, and it was kind of a, well, the whole 924, 944 series, and even the 968. They weren't considered real Porsches by a lot of people, unfortunately, because they had four-cylinder engines. It was a 2.5-liter inline-four up front, but it was making 240 horsepower, which is actually more power than the Corvette of its day. So that's pretty good, and over 25,000 of them were sold, so obviously enough people thought they were pretty cool cars. I just think of the old movie 16 Candles. There's a red one in that movie. But anyways, I saw one of these hanging on the toy store shelf there on the peg. It's a Magnus Walker one. It's this guy here in California. He has a collection of Porsches. He's a fashion designer, and so he lives fairly close to Mattel. And so I'm guessing, it's pretty easy for him to collaborate with Mattel to make cars. So here we are. So I am always curious about the length of these things, and the internet's telling me that this car is 4,288 millimeters. So I'm gonna measure this thing, and then we'll try to get the scale down here. Alright, so 70, pretty much 70. Okay, so it's definitely a little big. It's around 161 scale. Okay, so now we know. Okay, but looking at the Magnus Walker's Porsche, it's a pretty good job that Hot Wheels did. The wheels aren't exactly correct, but at least they're the right color and the right number of kind of spokes. It's interesting, I've never seen these wheels. They look like those old Fuchs wheels, but they're hollowed out in the middle. I think they might be modern retros. I'm not sure. I didn't do enough research on this, so if anyone knows more than I do, please leave a comment, because I didn't, I don't really even know who Magnus Walker was up until a few days ago. Running through diecast cars, actually. So I'm guessing that Magnus Walker has styled all the graphics on this car. Besides the blue of his real car, he added these numbers, his Urban Outlaw movie logo there, and then that must be his logo, I imagine. What does that say, actually? Urban Outlaw, right? All right, so that was a movie I guess he made, and that helped make him really popular in the automotive community, I guess. I haven't seen the movie myself, but anyways. Okay, well, let's take a look at the casting. I mean, my initial impressions are it's pretty good. It looks pretty good to me. So obviously we talked about the wheels, and I think that's what I'm going to 3D print new ones. I'm going to probably make the ones that are on his real car, just to honor this person. But yeah, if you look at the panel gaps, they're okay, and the blue is printed pretty nice on this side of the car. Maybe it missed the mark here, but this movie logo is pretty good. The numbers are good. There's black on the door handle, so that's pretty nice. There's a little dot here, but I don't see that dot on the real car. I would have guessed that's a keyhole, but I don't see it on Magnus's car, so I'm not sure. I'm guessing that might be the fuel filler door. Okay, so yeah, look at this silver. It's pretty nice silver. It's not too flaky, not too big on its flakiness. And now I'm noticing through the trunk here, there's a stethoscope. Is that what they're called? I forget. I'm not a doctor. I didn't really study medicine. That thing that makes doctors listen to your heartbeat. Okay, so yeah, unfortunately the dark tinted windows really mask the dark interior, so I'm not even going to bother looking at that much. Okay, so the Porsche crest isn't really, isn't very accurate in its printing. It's generally the shape of it, but you can't really read Porsche or make much of it, so that's too bad. Okay, the front though, I think that's a pretty good casting, actually. I'm gonna have to go and fill in the colors for the lights there. And then this is pretty good. Really thin grill here, and it's inset, so that's pretty neat. This side, again, no major issues. Pretty nice. The blue is better on this side. It's actually there, so that's good. And there's a good break between the silver and the blue. There's no overrun. It's not like fading or anything like that. It's just a crisp break between blue and silver. And weird, there's no dot there. So maybe that is correct. I'm just looking at the wrong photo. Interesting. Okay. Going to the back. Yeah, the lights look good. I like how it has the lines in it, so it should be easier for me to paint those if they're like different colors. Unfortunately, there's a little chip missing from the casting there. And it is nice to see this molded three-dimensional exhaust tip, so a little silver paint will spruce that up. Okay, so yeah. And then when was this casting first made? 2019. Okay. Alright, so I think it looks pretty good. As always, I wish it was in scale, but for the price, I can't complain. So give me a moment. I'm going to try to find some good pictures of the wheels here on Magnus Walker's car, and let's see if I can pull it off. Okay guys, I'm back here, and by researching these wheels a little more, I just realized that the first car in the first half of this video was the wrong car. Magnus Walker is driving a Porsche 924 Turbo. It's not a 944 Turbo like this Hot Wheels. So, well, I'm always learning something in this hobby, it seems. So I apologize for the confusion in the first half. But anyways, these wheels here, they're made, I think, by a company called 1552, and the model is called the Outlaw. So 1552 Outlaws. That's what these wheels are. They're kind of like those old Fuchs wheels that came on like 1970s Porsches, but the spokes are hollowed out, and there's some lightning holes in between the spokes as well. I decided to experiment here. The gold you see on these wheels is actually a gold Sharpie marker. So it's this thing here. Sharpie gold. It's not a very bright gold though. It seems to be a bit dark, but the gold paints I'm using seem pretty bad as well, so I thought I'd try something new. I don't know which is better, to be honest with you, paint or marker. But anyways, so yeah, I added some more paint here in the front, the turn signals, the little vents there. And then the mirrors in those front lights, I tried to add silver, but it doesn't show up. The car is so close to silver, so I didn't bother. But the tail lights, I added, you know, the colors and just a little rim on the exhaust tip there. I didn't do the whole exhaust because I don't think I can get above it. So, anyways, so yeah, that's it. Oh, maybe some black in the door handles, or was that there before? I think that was there before. Anyways, let me pull up that image of the Magnus Walker 924 Turbo, because I guess that's the closest thing to a 944. Yeah, so I thought that was a different car in the photo, but it's there's a video on this car, and it clearly says that's a 924 Turbo. But I think I got the wheels similar, the Outlaw 1552 Outlaws, so I'm happy with that at least. Okay guys, I guess that's it for today's Porsche show, and we'll see you around in the next video. Thanks.